This is a battle in the Age of Charlemagne DLC. I'm commanding the Kingdom of Charlemagne, the Franks, against the Cordobans, the Kingdom of Cordoba. They look a bit unhappy about something, a bit green. So a front line here of 4 slingers for the Cordobans. Andalusian infantry. They look decent, but they don't have that much armor. So 4 Andalusian infantry. Then we have 4 Andalusian warriors. They have a bit more armor. They seem like decent tanky infantry. Excellent missile block chance. Then we have on the flanks, we have 2 Andalusian cavalry, backed up by Andalusian skirmishers. Same thing over here, except for the Andalusian skirmishers. Here we have the Umayyad Guard cavalry, very heavy melee cavalry. Good bonus against... these guys are cav murderers in Age of Charlemagne. And they also look nice. I don't know how much I like the green tint. It looks like every... unit of the Cordobans is sick. So I have 4 skirmish cavalry, and I'm going to take you to the Cordobans here. Archers, 4 archers, 4 armored spearmen. Yes, I brought 4 spearmen because I think spears can be viable in this game. 4 armored swordsmen. Then I have 3 Frankish cavalry and my paladin guard general. Another very good versus cav unit. So I'm rushing up my skirmish cavalry here, pushing away the general and the Andalusian cavalry. They will take some fire, just put it back to normal speed. They will take some fire from these slingers, but I'm not that worried about it really. The way I'm running here, I'm able to do some damage to what I assume is a more expensive unit, because these guys are very, very cheap. So as long as I stay somewhat out of range of these slingers, then I should be fine. Because I don't think they will have the best... they won't have the best line of sight to my men here. So although they are turned around, they won't be able to fire too effectively at my men. So these skirmishers, I'm having a great time with these skirmishers, just chasing away the cavalry. And they are very responsive. Look at what happens to the Andalusian cavalry here. Just dropping insanely quickly. So these guys are being very annoying, and I'm losing a few men, but this is totally worth it for me. I've already taken a melee cavalry unit down to half strength. Now I'm a bit anxious about how my armored spears have a decent attack against cavalry. They have a bit of armor on them, but the thing is, my opponent here has 2 lines of melee infantry, so I don't know how that's going to work out, because his 1 line of melee infantry might just slaughter my spears. But we'll see. My archers starting to fire a bit here. And while that's going on, I'm just frontally YOLOing into his slingers to stop them from firing. And now it's in the back lines here. I'll just have to pause it, because this is... this is okay, the Andalusian cavalry winning, but it's going to lose to the skirmish cavalry. So this skirmish cavalry has been annoying in the background for a long time. Now they've pushed the cavalry away from the flanks, and they're holding down cav units here. So I'm going to sacrifice them, because now there is no cavalry here to stop the frontal cav charge from me. No precursors either for the infantry. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to charge in, and now I'm going to send in my melee infantry after pushing away the Frankish cavalry. So the Frankish cavalry didn't take any casualties, took away some slingers, charging the armored dudes charging here into the Andalusian infantry, and frontal cav charge, pulling away the armored spearmen in the center. So when I turn around and charge this Andalusian infantry, it's just going to get slaughtered. Absolute slaughter. Same thing over here, but didn't work as well. I had to pull back because I'm taking fire from the slingers. But still, the Andalusian infantry don't seem to do too well against my armored swords there. So I've only engaged with 3 units. I'm keeping the rest in reserve Took care of the slingers. The problem is, though, there are multiple lines of infantry here, and the Andalusian warriors, I probably shouldn't fire at the Andalusian warriors, because they have a 70% missile block chance, so I didn't notice that. I should just save my ammunition, so I'm saving my ammunition here, and going for more squishy targets. I'm going to try to take the slingers off the field, and stop focusing on the heavily armored high missile block chance. While that's happening, the Andalusian cavalry is being chased away by skirmisher cavalry. The slingers here are... I'm trying to kill them with my archers, but I don't have the best angle on them. And here come the armored swordsmen charging in. Pulling away. I don't want to engage without first having a frontal cav charge. I've been doing this a lot in this battle, and it's reasonably effective. Send in the cav. So now I'm getting a rear charge on the Andalusian warriors. But I didn't do that much damage, but I felt it had to be done. It had to be done to tie down these units, and perhaps more importantly, to get these armored spearmen into the flank. So I'm going to sacrifice the Frankish cavalry. The Frankish cavalry reasonably inexpensive, and send in the armored spearmen from the flanks there. So they should do well against the Andalusian cavalry here. On the flanks, my armored swordsmen going in against the Andalusian warriors. So the Andalusian warriors are the superior units compared to the Andalusian infantry, I think. Oh no, it's the other way around. The Andalusian infantry is better than the Andalusian warriors.
The enemy is attacking our general.
Oh wait, I'm just making a mess of this. The they are quite... I'm going to have to take a look at that later on. They both seem to be decent melee units. So what I have to do here is something that in most cases would be disastrous. I have to engage with my Paladin Guard general here. But the flanking spears are actually doing a decent job now. We have Andalusian cavalry fighting Frankish cavalry. It's about even. This Frankish cavalry is trying to chase away these skirmishers. Getting a rear charge here with the armored spearmen, so hopefully that's going to enable them to defeat the Andalusian warriors, because Andalusian warriors crapped all over my armored spearmen. And my general is taking a lot of damage here. This isn't good, but I have to try to protect my skirmishers, because taking a quick inventory of the battlefield situation, I have to kill a lot of enemy cavalry units. So luckily my general broke the Andalusian warriors. So now I can start kiting back and start thinking about the late game, charging into the full strength unit of slingers with my Frankish cavalry here. I'm trying to use the skirmish cavalry to do more damage to the Andalusian cavalry. So there's a cav unit running around the flanks here. I'm just going to try to focus on it as much as possible with my archers. First, just kill the Andalusian cavalry, and it's dropping insanely quickly to the combined fire of these archers. So not dealing with the archers is going to really hurt the Cordobans now. So that cav unit is gone. Now I might want to deal with this cav unit as well. The spears aren't killing that quickly, losing decisively, but they are super important here. Using heavy shot now to kill a few units of Andalusian warriors, and this is into their unshielded side, and that's why they are dropping so quickly. I'm firing into their unshielded side. So the same thing over here. The Andalusian warriors, although they have an excellent missile block chance, yeah, you can see how quickly heavy shot kills them because they are facing in that direction. So here comes the cavalry. I have to focus on the Andalusian cavalry now, pouring a lot of flaming shots into them. And here my Paladin guardsmen didn't manage to intercept too well. But 30 bonus, the Andalusian cavalry has taken a lot of prior damage. So my brace is going to destroy these Andalusian cavalry very quickly, because now each of these archers have a bonus versus cav. So that really helps. The armored spearmen still holding out there, and now I can use the skirmisher cavalry to try to kill off some slingers. So the cav is gone, getting another charge in against the Andalusian warriors with the Paladin guardsmen, so I can just pull back my archers. Charging into the Umayyad Guard cavalry is going to mean that I lose my skirmish cavalry here, most likely. But I just need to buy myself some time to kite back and to organize. Also, getting to pour this amount of fire into the Umayyad Guard cavalry with my archers is pretty nice. So now I can disengage with my skirmish cavalry and just focus fire on the Umayyad Guard before it manages to join the fight where my general is. So now the enemy general is dead. Very nice for me. Very bad for the enemy general. Just keep pouring the fire into the Umayyad Guard cavalry. Point blank fire just wrecks that cav unit. And breaking due to army losses is the enemy army. So a bit confusing to me with the Andalusian infantry, the Andalusian warriors. But it was nice that an army of... This is perhaps the most balanced army I've ever brought in Attila. So I have 4 melee cav, 4 skirmish cav, 4 foot skirmishers, 4 spears, and 4 armored swords. Super, super, super balanced stuff. And I quite enjoyed using that army. I had to really think about how to use my spears in an effective way, trying to go for rear charges, support cavalry fights and such. The way I had to use my cavalry, going in, taking care of some skirmishers, and then pulling out, so essentially bait and switch, which worked reasonably well. So the armored swordsmen gave good account of themselves, but the Andalusian warriors also did a decent job. But when you're outmatched in melee infantry, you have to do stuff like that. And pulling the enemy cav away with the skirmish cav turned out to work reasonably well. So a battle that was a lot less slower paced, and where cavalry didn't play as a decisive role as we're used to seeing in Attila, which was nice, and the skirmishers were absolutely essential. I think I would have lost that one if I didn't have a few cheap units of archers. So that was quite fun, and although, like I've said before, although the rosters are small, if you're able to build balanced and fun armies using those small rosters, then give me a small balanced roster any day over a big roster of something Germanic units. Strength and honor.